Hey everyone, thanks for checking out the video. Today I have a bit of a problem, and it's these 1-inch MPT threads, and on the other side we have the garden hose thread, and this goes to my shallow well pump. You can see that on this one I've snapped it. See, this one should match this one. So when I bought my Vivor pump, it came with two of these. And you can see with this one, I've taken it on and off so much that you could say cross thread it, but I've just ruined the threads, but that's okay on that one. I can just put a bunch of tape on it. But for this one, I had it in something like this right here, exactly like this actually. And when I was trying to take the pliers to it, it just broke off. So what we're gonna do is, come over here, we're gonna use this JB Weld, I think it's like $6. It's epoxy, and it's supposed to have a strength of 3,900 psi. So we only need about 60 psi. So what we're going to do, here's the back of it. Real simple. You just squeeze this out, mix it up, and slap it on whatever you want. 5 minutes later, it's supposed to be ready. I'm going to give it the full 24 hours to cure, and then we're going to try it out. So what we're going to do, we come back over here, is we're going to take the broken end, we're going to epoxy to this, and then we're going to glue it back onto my well system or pipes, whatever you want to call it, and then we're going to hook it all up and see if it held. So let's go ahead and get the mixing and slapping this stuff on.
Okay, so
See
I've
how it
already took the liberty of putting the mixing tip onto this. You have to break the tip off of this, and then you have to mix a little bit so it comes out at a 1-to-1 ratio. Then you put the tip on, squeeze it down. It's all in the instructions right there. Until both parts come out of the syringe, then you wipe the tip. Then you put the mixing syringe. Now, the part that got me was I'm so used to actually dispensing and then mixing, then applying. But this says that it mixes it just straight out of the tube. So we're going to see. Let me make sure the tip is opened up, and it is. Okay, so first thing I did before all this was I went ahead and sandpaper that a little bit and make it rough. This is going to be hard to do with holding the camera, but we're going to try. So we're going to just slap it on, and then I'll apply the epoxy, and then we'll clamp it. So let's go ahead and do that. So let me go ahead and pause the video, and I'll come back afterwards because it's going to be hard to do this with one hand. So that's my little bead that I got on there. So let me go ahead and squish that part, and then I'm going to apply some around it, and then we'll be ready to clamp. All right, so here we go. I've applied quite liberal amount here, as you can see, because I do not want this to come apart. And I think it's handy that they have this little applicator that's getting all over everything. But I think that's pretty handy that you don't have to mix it. I had it all ready here to mix it on the back of the card that it comes in. As far as this actually working, I would give this probably a 50-50 shot. You can buy these adapters for about $16 online. They're brass. I thought I would try this before I order something like that. If this don't work, I'll order the proper adapter, but I figured what the heck, we could try out some of this epoxy and see if it'll work. So let's go ahead and put it on the vise and let it cure 24 hours, and we'll see how it works. Okay, so here we go. We got it in a vise just to give it some nice even pressure. Yes, this is my Doyle, I think it's a 6-inch vise from Harbor Freight. It's giving it nice even pressure. It is dripping, so I put some plastic underneath to catch all the running epoxy. It says you can reuse what's in in here, but it says to remove this applicator tip and then replace it with the tip that you broke off. Well, in my case, I've actually lost that tip. So we're just going to keep applying it to this as thick as I can possibly can, but if it's already dripping, as you can see down here, then I'm probably, this was a $6 repair, and I probably won't be able to reuse that unless I can find that tip. So let's jump to the part where we try this out. All right, so here's the fruits of our labor. You can see it, I think it might work, actually. If it don't, I'll just have to buy the the part. But you can see down here where it broke. So we're going to tear that, we're going to cut that off and then glue that on. So let me do that, and then we'll see what happens. All right, so here's the end result. You can see. It's kind of rubbery. Sticky still. So I got to the end of the threads, and I was grabbing the black part, and I went like that, and it just easily just fell off. It wasn't even like I just squeezed it real hard and tried to tighten it, because it's still got thread to go. No, it's on there. But man, it was close. I mean, it'll stay like that. You can tell. I mean, this was 24 hours. You can tell it's just sticky. It's not hardened. That's how I did the bottom of it. Yeah, see? So I imagine that if you lay it on thick, it's going to take longer to dry. But it says, I can't remember what the bead can be, but I could have swore it said like a pretty decent sized bead would harden within 24 hours. So either way, I don't know if I could recommend this at all. I mean, I didn't think it would do this. I thought maybe it would leak, but I didn't think it would break completely. I mean, it just peeled off. It didn't snap. So that's a huge disappointment. So that was a waste of $6. I'll have to buy the adapter and do it that way. So that's it for this video. If you like it, like it. If you don't. We'll see you in the next video.